She is the mother of Caesar Borgias. Right next to her is Pope Julius, the little gray-haired bastard. Look at him. Pope Julius once, Pope Julius twice. Now I'm going to go, my finger's going to go further over and catch him. Further, 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 further. Pope Julius a third time with long hair. Right next to Pope Julius is the father of Caesar Borgias, Rodrigo Borgias with a beard and older age. Rodrigo Borgias, the father of Caesar Borgias, the new Jesus Christ, the little cracker that looks like Charles Manson, the white boy, the Edomite, the redneck, Peckerwood. Here he is, Rodrigo Borgias, father of Caesar. Here he is. Read the scripture, brother. Tell him where you're at.
2 Corinthians 11, verse 13. For such are false apostles.
This is a false image of Christ. There he is again. This is a false image of Jesus Christ. This is an image of a damn cracker by the name of Caesar Borgias, painted by a prominent homosexual named Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci in the year 1492 on the orders of Rodrigo Borgias. His son became the new image of Christ. Caesar became the new image of Christ. Now read the scripture, brother.
2 Corinthians 11, verse 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers.
For such are false apostles, deceitful workers. Look at this guy. He's not even looking straight at the camera. He's a scumbag, he's a spick, he's a liar, he's a devil, and he's going into slavery. And this image is going to be destroyed. That's why the World Trade Center got blown up.
Excuse me, so they understand, we're not talking about Puerto Ricans, we're talking about the Spaniards.
No, we're not speaking about Puerto Ricans at all. Puerto Ricans are not Spaniards. Puerto Ricans are of Indian and Negro descent, and they're Israelites.
Puerto Ricans are really not Spicks.
Puerto Ricans are
Israelites. Spaniards are Spicks.
The Spaniards of Spain are Spicks. Puerto Ricans are Israelites. White men are Spicks. Now, here's Caesar once. Here's Caesar second time in the green. Here's Caesar third time. My finger right over his head. There he is in the brown. A third time. 3 times in this one image. So there's his mother. Look at his mother in the green and the brown. Her name is Vanaza de Canti, Caesar Borgia's mother. I thought there was 12 disciples and 1 Messiah. What's a woman doing pictured here? Here's Pope Julius in the white hair and the white beard. Once. Now I'm going to go to him a second time. Here he is the second time, the little bastard. There's Rodrigo Borgias in old age, Caesar's father, right next to him. Now I'm going to go over. Here's one of Caesar's relatives. Here's another one of his relatives once. Twice in the blue. Over. A third time again in green and blue. To show you that these guys made gods out of themselves. And they're sitting at the table making a mess at the table eating snails. This is ridiculous. Read the scripture.
For such are false apostles.
For such are the image of false apostles, like this false image here of Caesar.
Deceitful workers.
Deceitful workers. Look at it. Look at this guy. And the black woman loves this. I cannot figure out, what does a black woman see in an animal, a leopard? Read.
Transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ.
Transforming themselves into the apostles of the Most High. Read. Now, I want to go on another archaeology book and show. The name of this book is called The Borgias by Marion Johnson. The Borgias, talking about Caesar Borgias and his family. his father, his mother, his sister, his brother. And in this book, on page, you see that? The Borgias, Marion Johnson, writer and author. That's a clear image of it. You little Negroes out there in Wonderland need to pick this book up and read. The scripture says, seek ye out the book of the Lord and read, for none of these shall fail. And this is what it's about, brothers, reading, learning knowledge of yourself and of your power, the Most High. On page 218, it shows a photograph of, if the brother can get a close-up of it, in the highlighted areas it says, Maria, I'll let him get a close-up. Right there. Perfect. Maria Enriquez, widow of Juan, Duke of Ganda. Now the next highlighted part. She commissioned this altar piece with who? Not Jesus, but Caesar. Not Jesus, but Caesar, far right. Now, you see her standing there as Mary, holding up a cross with who on it? Caesar. See the cross with the little white guy on it? That's a picture of the new Jesus Christ painted in 1492, up a little higher, right there. That's his aunt, Maria Enriquez, and that's Caesar on the cross. Not Jesus, but who? Caesar. Show the yellow highlighted part again. She commissioned, get it up close again, cameraman, right there. She commissioned this altar piece with Caesar, far right. Now get Caesar again on the cross. There he is. Little scumbag, little Charles Manson lookalike, the devil himself, Caesar Borgias, painted in 1492 by Michelangelo in the Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci. What's the name of this book? You can get it in Barnes & Nobles on 18th Street and 5th Avenue. The Borgias by Marion Johnson. This is the only book. And I have another book showing these devils. Yeah, I'm a nigga that can read, white man. You don't like that, do you? That's tough. Write your congressman. Here's another book with the same scumbag, the same little redneck on it. Caesar Borgias in living color as he appears on the cross by Sarah Bradford. And that's in the library, and they won't let you take this book out of the library. Why? It tells you that the white man posed to become the new Jesus Christ when he knew that Jesus was a black man. So the white man became Jesus in 1492. Now, why did that happen? Because during the Renaissance, white people, devils, decided to fight against our people, who were the Christians, who were the great kings and queens and rulers and chancellors and you name it of England and Europe and Spain and France and Germany and Russia and Romania and Bulgaria, the Baltic states. We were the kings and queens of all of the world as we know it. And because of plundering and internal warfare, we fell. Queen Elizabeth I was black. Henry VIII was black. His chancellor was black. Napoleon, when he fought against the leaders of France, they were black. When you read about Constantine the Great in 307 AD, you're reading about a black man. When you read about Maxima, you're reading about a black man. When you read about Constantinus, you're reading about a black man. When you read about Galerius, you're reading about a black man. The black man overthrew the Roman Empire in 193 AD. His name was Septembrius. They named the month after him, September. Now, in this book called A History and Art of Spain, get a shot of that. Very rare book, very expensive also. It shows that the Israelites controlled Spain during the Crusades in the 12th and 13th century. I'm going to show a photograph of that. To the ignorant mind, you would read this book and think that these are Arabs. But I got bad news for you. These are not Arabs. These are Israelites. When you look closely at the photograph, cameraman can get it close. That's a Syrian Hebrew underneath that heart.